So let's get into it. It's Saturday, and that means that we're hitting another film. Today's Saturday,
Another
right?
one.
Another one. Let's do it.
The Natural Habitat Podcast. The Natural Habitat Podcast. The Natural Habitat Podcast.
Sound speeds. Got your apple juice?
Nope, it's tea today.
Oh, shit.
I'm still on the quit soda binge.
Drinking that Pure Leaf. Pure Life?
Yeah, pure leaf. Yeah.
Pure Leaf.
Drinking teas, I'm drinking juices, I'm drinking fucking anything except for water because I fucking hate water, but I gotta start drinking it too.
That juice I made yesterday made me feel amazing.
I'm sure it did.
I don't juice all the time, but when I do,
It's because of Joro.
I juice Dos Equis. Where there's something I was supposed to say right about now.
So,
Today's episode of the Natural Habitat Podcast is brought to you by Dos Equis and that other thing that we said. So thank you for joining us. My name is Mikey Booyah.
My name is fuck. I need to be quicker with that shit.
Yeah, man. All right, here, hold on. We're gonna edit that out. All right.
All right.
So let's go. Let's just go bring it back.
All right.
Thank you for tuning in to the Natural Habitat Podcast. My name is Mikey Booyah.
My name's Emilio.
Emilio. And today is Saturday, the one and only day of sitting.
What?
Yeah, Saturday, right? That's why it's called Saturday. Saturday.
That's our days. Saturday matinee. Damn, we're
Saturday.
stupid. Why didn't we think about this before?
I don't know, but that reminds me of they have this new farmers market style thing that's going on every Saturday in Santa Maria for the 805 cannabis community, right? And everybody's going to come and, give out dabs and sell weed. And it's like a farmer's market for cannabis cultivators. But they got too heavy on the wordplay. All right. In my opinion, what they're calling it is Shatterday, which is good. And then they're calling it Bombers Market, like BHOMBERS. So it's like farmers, but like bombers. And it's like, it doesn't make any sense. What they should have called it was...
They were too high.
They should have called it Saturday Farmers Market and spelled it like pharmacy. But all of the flyers are already made, so they can't go back on it.
See, next time get your shit together and come to the Natural Habitat Podcast. And we can help you think of the shit, and you can just give us a cut.
We make names for $30 a name.
Yep, so. We got you. See, that was one right there, but it's not for free. You can't use that now because it's trademarked by Ricky Bobby Inc.
Yeah, copyright. You're going to have to talk to Ricky Bobby, and he is a fictional character, so good luck.
Yeah.
Good fucking luck talking to him. Good luck finding Will Ferrell and getting
Rod
him...
and Todd are nice guys, but they're not nice to you.
No. And, if you can find Will Ferrell, get him into character as Ricky Bobby and convince him to sign over the rights, then you deserve him. You deserve it.
Yep.
So, today we decided to go back and pick a classic movie, one that turned out to be very slow in dialogue, but also very powerful and very iconic, and that is The Breakfast Club. So, who would you say that you relate to the most in The Breakfast Club? I have a nice little character breakdown. We have John Bender, who is played by Judd Nelson, and he is the aggressive kind of outcast. Then we got Emilio, who is more the preppy kind of guy. Allison Reynolds is the weird girl.
You don't have to explain the girls because obviously it's not going to be one of them.
Are you sure? Because Claire is like the princess.
Yeah.
And then Brian is the brain.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that you can relate to like little pieces of all of them.
Even the girls?
I don't think any one of the fucking them is gonna be like, I don't know. I was never a jock, so I can't say that I can relate to the Emilio character. But
but a cool thing with
I was kind of like an outcast, but not really,
Yeah, a cool thing with Emilio's character is that his character Andrew is a wrestler and a jock, sporty person, but it's because his dad wants him to be a wrestler. He really doesn't have any passion for it or want to do it. You know what I mean? It's just because his dad makes him. So there really is a lot more to all these characters. You know, there's their outlines, you know, what they are on the outside, like the mask you put on for the world to see. And then there's, you know, the actual character breakdowns, what they really are. And I think they did a good job with it. John Hughes schooled it again.
As always.
And one of the coolest parts to me is that the whole movie was shot in sequence. Everything was shot in order. And towards the end of the movie, when they're sitting around smoking and they all kind of tell their stories about, you know, their real life and shit, every single bit of that was ad-libbed. It was all... He let the actors, you know, what they learned about their characters so far making the movie, and he would just like say what your character would say. And that's dope. I think that
I credit that to like all the best movies too, you know? Yeah. That, like we always say this, it's like kind of we're super redundant about the things that we like and the things that we say all the time, but it's true. You know, all the ones that are ad-libbed is because of the comfortability that they have together on set, you know, like regardless of like whether they liked each other or not, they were all comfortable in themselves as actors. Yeah. You know, they were all comfortable in the job and the setting. They were all like, you know, they're all ready to fucking do the thing. So they just let it flow naturally and organically or whatever and ad-lib and feed off each other. And then the best shit just comes out naturally, you know?
Yep. I think they couldn't have done it any better. It's dope that, when you give, you know, all these actors like went on to further their careers, do a bunch of dope shit. They were known as the Brat Pack. And, you know, when you have actors like this, it's good to just let them do their thing. You know what I mean? And just be like, you do what you think is best. And, you know, the best actors don't need to be directed as much. You know what I'm saying? And, I think this is definitely why it worked so good is because it was like this dream team of all these different people. They were young in their prime, kind of had a lot to prove. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Like we were talking about before we started recording this movie, it heavily relies on dialogue. There's not a lot of music. It's really slow moving. There's a lot of pauses and it kind of lets you think and like, you know, absorb what's going on. And, you know, I think that the whole movie takes place in detention. So it really should be slow moving at a certain point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And, I think they did a really good job. As always, John Hughes schooled it and fucking captured the moment.
The music that they did have was good, and that's a great segue to Smoke Sesh.
Yeah. And, you know, I actually heard that this song was almost not made. That John Hughes had made the song, and he was trying to hire someone to sing it. He tried to hire Billy Idol, and Billy Idol turned it down. Brian Ferry turned it down. And then he finally brought it to the Pretenders singer, Charisse Hindi, who sent it to her husband, and her husband's band was called Simple Minds, who finally did the song and schooled it. So he couldn't get anyone to fucking make a song. And he finally got some no-name fucking lady's husband to do it. And he schooled it.
Nice.
So I'm gonna...
Cool facts. I like that. That was a good one.
Right? I'm going to get my dabs ready. Everybody out there, flick your bics, snap your pics, hashtag them NHP Smoke Sesh, and send them to us. And we'll put them on our website. naturalhabitatpodcast.dabs.
.com.
Sounds like it should have been Billy Idol. Forget about me. Don't you ever forget about me, Joey.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Jesus Christ is my only boo.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Hoyd.
if you pay attention to the beginning of this movie, when everyone's getting dropped off by their respective parents and their respective cars, there is a few vanity plates that pop up. Brian's parents' car, since he's the nerd, their plates say EMC2 for, E equals MC squared, classic Einstein theory. And then the truck that drops off Emilio says O Hoist on the plate, which is his dad's alma mater and potentially his scholarship that he is going to be getting for wrestling. So I thought that was dope. And then also in the opening sequence, there is a locker that is destroyed and burned. What is that cool Star Wars thing that you're showing me?
Sorry. Didn't mean to fuck up the episode.
Star Wars milk chocolates. Is that your Valentine's Day present?
Yeah, it was
from
actually.
From your boo, Jesus Christ?
Yep, my boo. Super dope Valentine's present. And it doubles as a fucking rolling tin.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Dr. J.
If you can't afford Dr. J's rolling trays, just use some Star Wars chocolates in the meantime.
Yeah.
So this torch locker in the opening sequence is the locker that was destroyed by the flare gun, which is Brian Johnson, when he tells his story about his flare gun in his locker and it went off, and something about his elephant lamp and shit. And I think it's cool that they show it. You don't really think about it, but then later on it's brought up in the movie. And I didn't make the connection until it was brought to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely a lot of fresh shit like that.
A lot of fresh shit like Judd Nelson ad-libbed that elephantitis of the nuts line.
Yeah, of course he did. You think they wrote that in?
Yeah, well, you never know.
I actually, when I was looking stuff up, I found a surprising amount of information about Judd Nelson and how aggressive he was. Apparently, a lot of people had problems with him on the set.
Imagine that.
He almost got kicked out of his audition for the movie, so he didn't even get the part yet, and they almost kicked him out. And then they ended up giving him the part. And he was kind of a dick to Molly Ringwald off camera when they weren't recording, but some people say that he was just staying in character. And, you know, that kind of makes sense. You want to stay in character as Bender, especially depending on what kind of actor you are. Like the new Suicide Squad movie, Jared Leto only went by Mr. J when he was on the filming, which I could respect that shit because that's super dope. You know what I mean? When you stay in character.
Name's Jared.
Yeah, so it's not too like, but still, Mr. J, that's like
Not
classic
really
Joker. And so he was a dick to Molly Ringwald off camera. And in the fight scene with Emilio Estevez, he pulled his actual switchblade out of his pocket. It wasn't in the script. Like, he brought that for his own protection, just in case if some Hollywood guy was going to try to fight him or something. And he just pulled out his real knife and fucking pulled it on Emilio Estevez in the middle of a scene.
Because he really is a brat.
Yeah, he's fucking part of the Brat Pack. He should have been the leader and not Emilio Estevez. I don't know. Maybe he was just trying to assert his dominance. I missed it.
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
Yeah, he was kind of a loose cannon and a little bit unpredictable.
Well, it was part of the time.
Yeah, and it goes with the character, man. John Bender he's a loose cannon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He would
Another fun fact.
He'd make a good New York City cop.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Straight out of high school to a New York City cop?
Yep, right away. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh shit.
Every time I watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, it's like, you know, it'll start and they'll be in the office and like everyone's like, and like throwing shit at each other. And I'm like, dude, there's people dying. Like there's crimes and people getting robbed and you guys are like worried about the policeman's ball. Mm-hmm. And like, fuck, it's ridiculous. I love it.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Funnest fact, Allison's dandruff was Parmesan cheese. I bet you would have ate it afterwards, too.
Yeah, well, it's still good. What is it, like the 35-minute rule?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
That's yeah, I mean, I guess that was an excessive amount of dandruff that she used. And what was she doing? She was like drawing something, right? And she used the dandruff as the snow?
Yeah.
That's pretty artistic. You know what I mean?
Autistic.
Pretty autistic. There was this thing that I read about Carl told all the kids what they were going to be when they grew up. And it was a scene that was cut out of the movie. And I am not finding it right now, but it was something about like John, like Bender was going to be dead. Andrew was going to be married to like some flight attendant that got fat after she squeezed out a bunch of kids. Allison was going to be a great artist, but nobody was going to see her art, and it was never going to make it anywhere. Claire was going to be some like pill popper with like 2 boob jobs or some shit. And then Brian is going to be successful, but he's going to die at 40 from a heart attack from a stressful job. And that's some pretty dark shit for a janitor to say to some kids. You know what I mean? So I could see why they cut that shit out.
It was smart for saying it because he knows it could be a real possibility. So maybe he's like trying to warn them.
Yep.
Be careful. The future's coming quick.
There's always that one guy, whether it was a janitor or a teacher or some adult figure at your school that gave it to you real and was like, hey man, what the fuck? I remember when I was a kid, they were teaching us about like homeland security and like terrorism and like war and like 9/11, and we were like covering all this shit. And our teacher, like, I like didn't agree with it, but it was part of like the curriculum, you know what I mean? And it was in community school, and he was like fucking teaching us this shit. And then at the end of it, I was asking him some question, and he was like, hey man, if you really want to know the truth about this and, you know, politics and all this, then you should listen to Sage Francis, which is some crazy underground rapper that does all kinds of, he had just made a song called Makeshift Patriot that was all about how people get real patriotic in times of war, but the rest of their lives, they're not really all about America, but now they're all buying flags, and you can't buy flags anymore because everybody's scooping them up and they're all sold out. And that's some shit that a teacher probably shouldn't tell a kid. You know what I mean?
We should go into the flag making business.
Right? Mm-hmm. We should go into the flag making business and then start blowing up buildings and blaming it on ISIS. And then,
let's not do that. And
then that way the flag sales will rocket.
No.
No? You're not going to jump on board with my acts of terrorism?
No, I'm down to like...
Do you think that was illegal, what I just said?
I don't know.
You didn't say no, so that's kind of a bad sign.
Yeah, I'm not with it.
So John Hughes had a cameo in this film as Brian's father at the end of the movie when he comes and picks him up. So out of all these movies that we've done with John Hughes, I don't remember a cameo. You know what I mean? He doesn't really do that. He's real reclusive. Mm-hmm. He's known for being kind of an outcast and kind of a hermit. So it's dope that he showed himself.
The movie wasn't always called The Breakfast Club.
Really?
Yeah, there was other titles that they were thinking about. The Lunch Brunch. Or the Library Revolution.
The Lunch Bunch.
Yeah, the Lunch Bunch.
Wow. The Breakfast Club. The Lunch Bunch.
Yeah. And then at one point he was thinking about doing one every 10 years. Doing like a new one every 10 years. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard that it was actually supposed to be a franchise starter, and they were going to make a bunch of spin-off movies following all the characters, following each character's life and shit. You know what I mean? And it fell through, but I mean, that would have been dope in some sort of alternate universe if they made those.
Yeah. That would have been cool.
So the marijuana that the kids smoke in the film was actually oregano.
They smoked oregano.
They smoked oregano. I don't believe that.
Do you think that was good for them?
No.
I don't know if a smoking oregano is probably good for you or not.
No, I don't think it is.
Tell you.
And I'm gonna say that I don't believe that shit.
I don't know. Let's go to the clip.
I'm gonna say that somebody said that just to save their ass.
Let's go to the clip.
All right. Let's go to clip and see. Let's go ahead and check out this. What am I?
So Ahab, type on my dubage.
The most innocent kid's got the bag.
No, wastoid. You're not gonna blaze up in here.
Wastoid. Shut up, Emilio.
Wastoid. What's going on? Explain this to us.
They're just sitting there. Dude grabbed the bag. Looks like he's about to go roll it up. They're all just sitting.
Who did? Brian, the nerd?
No. He gave the bag to
Oh, all right.
Judd.
That's right. I'm gonna heat this nail up. Are they hitting it?
No. They're going to find Judd right now. Engage. The joint is lit.
Apple de fork. That's green.
You know how popular I am. I'm so popular. Everybody loves me so much.
Don't even finish the sentence. I bet that oregano really fucks you up.
There's no way. It kind of sounds like they're smoking real weed to me.
Yeah,
And it looks like it.
I don't know. I couldn't imagine letting some kids smoke oregano.
Yeah, because I know that Judd Nelson was like 26 when they filmed this, but a lot of these other, I want to say that they were all of age. So I'm pretty sure that they could have done anything, and I'm pretty sure they just smoked weed. And they were just like, all right, we're just going to smoke weed. Because I can't imagine them smoking oregano, dude, and like making actors do that. This wasn't,
What if it just made you go brain dead instantly?
right? And it's like, oregano just kind of looks like weed to a kid. It's not like you could smoke
you
it.
can eat it. It's not bad for you.
Yeah, and it's not like you just like roll it up and smoke it and it's like fine. It probably tastes horrible and is a little bit bad for you.
Yeah. What if it made you go blind?
You know what? There's really only one way to find out, and that
Smoke some oregano.
is to get Jerry to smoke some oregano. Jerry. Hey, Rod, can you bring Jerry in here? All right, he's going to come in here in a little bit. We're going to send him to the store, and we're going to have him go get some oregano and roll it up and see what happens.
Yeah.
Here. I had a clip, but it's gone. I don't have a clip anymore. I lied.
All right, I got one.
All right. I'm going to get Jerry to the store. You play this clip.
All right.
Are they putting the magazine stand in the doorway?
Yeah.
Get out here. Come on, front and center. Let's go.
How come Andrew gets to get up? If he gets up, we'll all get up. It'll be anarchy.
Okay, watch the magazine.
It's out of my hands. That's very clever, sir. But what if there's a fire? I think violating fire codes and endangering the lives of children would be unwise at this juncture in your career, sir.
All right, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get out of here, for God's sake. What's the matter with you? Come on!
Well, you know the school comes equipped with fire exits at either end of the library.
Show Dick some respect.
Let's go. Get back in your seat. I expected a little more from the varsity letter.
What?
You're not fooling anybody, Bender.
And he just pins it on him.
The next screw that falls out is going to be you. What was that?
Eat my shorts.
You just bought yourself another Saturday, mister.
Crushed.
You just bought one more right there.
Well, I'm free the Saturday after that. Beyond that, I'm going to have to check my calendar.
Good! Because it's going to be filled. We'll keep going. You want another one? Say the
Another
word.
one.
Just say the word. Instead of going to prison, you'll come here.
Another one.
Are you through?
Another one.
No. I'm doing society a favor. So, that's another one right now.
Another
Another
I got
one.
you for the rest of your natural born life if you don't watch your step. You want another one?
Another one.
Another one.
Yes. You got it. You got another one right
Another
there.
one.
Another
That's
one.
another one, pal.
Another one.
Another one.
You through?
Not even close.
Good. Good. You got one more right there.
You really think
Another
I give
one.
a shit?
Another.
Another one.
You through?
How many you say?
That's 7 including when we first came in. He asked Mr. Vernon here with a Barry Manilow knew that he raided his closet.
Now it's 8. You stay.
Excuse me, sir, it's 7.
Shut up, Pee-wee. You're mine, Bender. For 2 months, I got you. I got you.
What can I say? I'm thrilled.
Oh, I'm sure that's exactly what you want these people to do. You know something, Bender? You want to spend a little more time trying to do something with yourself and a little less time trying to impress people. You might be better off. Right?
So, DJ Khaled didn't come up with another one?
Another one. No, he didn't. That was from The Breakfast Club. And that is DJ Khaled's favorite movie.
Yep.
And that's where he gets it from.
The truth will set you free, Khaled. We found you.
Yep. I think
Another one.
I think it's dope how they did a really good job at showing the weaknesses inside of this people. Like you could see it. Like I didn't see the clip that you just played, but I remember it. And you can go back and watch the movie, or find it on YouTube or whatever, this clip. But I mean, you could see it in his face, that he doesn't, his voice is saying that he doesn't give a fuck, and he's like, just keep giving me detention. But you could see it on his face that he's like, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's that inner struggle that we all have. I think he did a good job at showing it for all the characters. You know what I mean? Everybody, with Allison, how she's quiet and not saying anything, but you could see it on her face that she just wants to scream. You know what I mean? She wants to talk to people, but she's not saying anything. And it's it's cool. They really grabbed the high school experience. And I found out that Molly Ringwald was 16 when they filmed it. And she was, I want to say, her and Anthony Michael Hall, who played Brian, was 17, and the rest of them were all in their mid to early 20s. But Judd Nelson actually went undercover at a local high school outside Chicago. He convinced teenagers that he was a legitimate student. He bought them beer with his fake ID, even though he was 24 years old. And then had them drop him off at the hotel where the actors were staying. And they asked why he was staying there. He said that his dad was in jail and he was staying at the Western O'Hare while his dad was incarcerated. So he just played the fucking Bender character, convinced these high school kids that he was a high school kid, and actually bought them beer, illegally bought children beer, and partied with these fucking kids, all to make his character. You know what I mean? Now my question is, do you think he fucked a high school girl while he was doing that?
I don't know.
I think he might have. Would you? I mean, if I'd be like, I'm just trying to get in character and absorb the lifestyle, and high school kids be fucking. So I gotta hit it. You know what I mean?
No.
What, is that illegal too? Am I just saying a bunch of legal shit all day?
I don't know.
But that's pretty dope, man.
Deny.
That's like some fucking some Drew Barrymore shit. Like,
yeah,
going back to high school.
Yeah, you know, I mean, like, a lot of these kids were babyface still, though. You know, they could play those parts for a long time. When they were 30, they looked like they were 20, you know, so it just worked out for them.
Yeah. And, you know, John Hughes originally wanted this movie to be 2.5 hours long, and a lot of it was cut out. There was a topless scene that was cut out with one of the teachers. There's a bunch of shit cut out of it. And what it says here is that many of the scenes were cut out and the negatives were destroyed, which is like, what the fuck is that? How are we supposed to watch this 2.5 hour movie once we get access to the Paramount vault if they destroy the negatives? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who does that? How bad were these scenes?
Yeah.
How bad was this movie going to be? Like,
well, I don't think that's it. And they probably don't do that. They just say that.
Yeah.
There's no way they would do that. I don't think. You got to keep the shit for just like some type of just record in general, you know, because it's all going to be worth something one day anyway. So it's like, no matter what it is, you got to, there's no way they just get rid of that shit.
Yeah. So this kind of pisses me off because I hate it when movies do this. But in the scene where Bender is crawling through like the air ducts and shit up in the ceiling, trying to crawl back from his little incarceration jail cell that he got, he's telling a joke to himself about a woman walks into a bar with like a duck under her arm or something like that. I forget how it goes, but there's no punchline because he falls through the roof right before he says the punchline. And I guess there was no punchline, that Judd Nelson ad-libbed the line. And he was supposed to tell a joke that would end when he came back to the library, but he couldn't come up with one with a punchline, so he just told a half a joke. And it's like, if you're going to take the time to write the beginning of a joke, write a punchline. Like, anybody could write the beginning of a joke, you know what I mean? It pisses me off because, like, you think and think. You're like, okay, what's the punchline to that joke? Like, what is it? What could it be? And it's nothing.
You just never know.
Because there was
whatever you want it to be, right? It's left up to imagination or suggestion.
No, that's not fair.
Yeah, it is. You just got to make it whatever you want to make it.
See, because then that's too easy.
No, because participating in the watching it is like becoming part of the movie's universe, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like your imagination is part of it. You're left to figure it out. Since they never made the spin-offs, now we just got to imagine what happened to them.
Right? I think
we have no idea.
I think Carl was right. I think Carl got it pretty good. Right on the nose. Not their real life people, but you know, their characters.
Yeah.
They're all doing good. You guys are all doing great. Thumbs up. That's for the cast when they listen to this.
Yeah.
Let's see. There was a lot of switch arounds in the cast too. I know that Molly Ringwald was supposed to play Allison and not Claire.
Yeah.
And Emilio was supposed to play Bender, and they like switched everything around last minute and fucking you know, they made the right choice. I think that John Hughes knows what he's doing. But,
yeah, and it seems like that's always the scenario in those type of situations too. It's like everything happens for a reason, for sure, and obviously it worked.
And John Cusack auditioned several times for John Bender, even traveling between Chicago and Los Angeles before being cast. So he was actually cast for the movie, and then they dropped him and signed Judd Nelson on. And
so was Nicolas Cage, apparently.
Yeah. So that would have turned out, I mean, I think it would have been horrible with Nicolas Cage, but John Cusack is like one of my favorite actors, but I don't think he would have been able to capture the character as good as Judd Nelson did. Like Judd Nelson, he's known for John Bender. You know what I mean? His whole career, everybody knows him as John Bender from the Breakfast Club. So I don't know if anybody could have done it better than him, except for maybe me. I probably could have done it. I could have done pretty good. You probably would have done all right.
Yeah, you never know.
No?
We could have been in the Brat Pack. We
You
could
know
have been
what?
total brats.
Let's make a shot-for-shot remake of the Breakfast Club. All we need is 3 other people.
Yeah.
We get my girl and your girl, and we'll get Bill. And there we go. Boom.
Yep.
And we'll do shot for shot. We'll film it in sequence. We'll put it up on YouTube, and we'll get sued.
Yep. Well, maybe. If we do it all homemade, we won't get sued. It'll be like a fan film of some sort.
So, at the end of filming, John Hughes gave each actor a piece of the library's banister. So it was all broken off and shit in filming, and he gave everybody a piece to take home. So they all have a little piece of the set, which is dope. I wonder if any of them sold their piece on eBay. If I could find that shit. I still don't believe this fucking
They
oregano
probably
bullshit.
have.
I'm not buying this oregano shit one bit. What we need to do is we need to reach out to all 5 of these members of the Brat Pack and get one of them on the show and talk about this oregano scene and get to the bottom of it, because we have to talk to someone who was there. That's the only way to do it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I think that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, that would be cool anyways.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, beyond that, I think that this is definitely one of my favorite movies. Iconic shit. And I think that, for the most part, it teaches you that no matter who you are or how you're perceived by the world, that's not really what you are on the inside. And all these people from different walks of life and, different backgrounds and different groups and cliques can all, communicate and work together and connect and be, team human. Like, we're all here. They're all in the same school. They're all in detention. They all fucked up, even though they're all different people. And they connect. How do they connect? With a motherfucking joint. They connect. And they all fucking get along after that and dance together. So I think it's a great moral.
Go roll one up and get back into some nostalgia.
Yep.
Go relive some old school shit and have a nice Saturday, bitches.
Yep. We love you. Peace.
The Natural Habitat Podcast.